there, it's Claire from Clairified Creations, and this video is all about UTK nursing and everything the nursing program does not tell you before you get into nursing school. If you're new here, I am Claire, and I'm a nursing major at the University of Tennessee, Knoxville. So I am a rising junior entering in the fall of 2021, so I thought I'd share with you guys a lot of things that I have learned that UTK nursing just doesn't think to tell you guys before you enter nursing school. This video is specifically for you juniors entering nursing school that have no idea what to expect with the nursing program, because trust me, I've been there too. If you want to stay updated more frequently with my nursing journey, head over to Instagram. I'm at Clairified_creations and give me a follow. And just so you guys know, I do have my phone right here. I wrote down everything, so if you see me looking down, that's why. Number one, the grading scale is so different from anything you've encountered during your undergrad. So the way UT's nursing program works is you're either directly admitted as a freshman, so you don't have to reapply to the nursing college as a rising junior, or you're not admitted as a freshman and after 2 years of undergrad, you apply to the nursing program. Now, most people do the direct entry route because it is a lot more easier to get in the program. UTK's nursing program is highly competitive and they only have a handful of spots available for those rising juniors. But anyways, back to the grading scale. The nursing grading scale is a lot harder and more rigorous. So the cutoffs are higher because as a nursing student, I'm sure you guys have probably heard this from any other YouTube video, the grading scale is not as lenient as you might be used to. So let me explain. An A is a 92 to a 100. An A minus is a 90 to a 91. A B plus is something like an 88 to a 90 or something like that. I will leave the nursing scale up here. Even I don't have it memorized. But guys, you only have a 2-point window for the B plus range, which is insane. Most grading scales offer around a 5-point window, 3, 4, anywhere from that, but nursing school is a lot different. It's a lot harder. When you get into your nursing 201 class, your sophomore year, your second semester of sophomore year, you'll kind of see what I'm talking about, but just know that the grading scale is going to increase, and a C is something like a 75, and if you get below a C, you fail. Another thing I'd like to touch on with the grading scale is you have to have a minimum average of a 75% on all of your exams before any other assignment counts. So if you have 4 exams, you have to have a minimum exam score average of 75. Otherwise, you automatically fail the class, which is not good. So make sure you guys study for those exams and try and get good grades on those because they really do matter. Last thing about grading is rounding. UT does round, which is nice, but you have to have a 0.5 or higher. A 0.49 at the end of your grade, say you have a 74.49, it's not gonna round, and then that is just so crushing. I've kind of been there with the grading scale. I was 1 question away from making another letter grade higher. I wasn't gonna fail the class or anything, don't get me wrong. I still got a really good grade on one of my courses, but with Nursing 201, if I had just gotten 1 more question right on my final exam, I would have had the next letter grade over. So it is definitely that close, and it can result in some tears. But we'll all get over it. We are gonna be future nurses, and our grades definitely don't define us. Number 2, you guys will have a lot of assignments to complete on Canvas, which is the website kind of course module thing. If you guys are UT students, you know what I'm talking about. Everybody uses Canvas, at least a lot of professors do, especially with universities. But you will have a lot to do over the summer between that sophomore year and junior year. So the summer before junior year, you will have so many different assignments, it'll be like you're in school pretty much. Now, they're not hard or anything, they're nothing really academic, it's just a lot, and sometimes it's a bit time consuming. So here's everything you have to do. You've got to get a physical from your doctor and have them sign a health clearance form saying you're fit to be in nursing school. You've got to get a tuberculosis skin test and test negative, or either go through some other things if you test positive. Then you've got to get drug tested at a local site, so I believe there's LabCorp and another option that you can go to. You got to get that done, and then you've got to create a Complio account, which is where you log everything and you submit all your documents under to say, you know, hey, I don't have tuberculosis. Then you got to upload all those immunizations to your Compleo account. Afterwards, you got to get that basic life support certification, also known as CPR certified. Now they do have that for free, so that is really good. You've got to get CPR certified before you even enter nursing school, which is something I had no idea about. And they're like, oh yeah, hey, by the way, you've got to get CPR certified. What? So you can go to CPR Choice, and there's 3 options in the state of Tennessee. I do believe you don't have to go to CPR Choice, say if you're out of state or something, but these are the main ones that are free of charge, which I'd highly recommend going to if at all possible. They have one in the Tri-Cities area, which is like in really East Tennessee. They have one in Knoxville, which is the one I went to, and then they also have one in Nashville. And it's normally $75, but you just have to sign up for a time slot and then go and get it, and it's free. It took me about 2 hours and 40 minutes, so it doesn't take all day or anything. It's pretty fast, and it's a good skill to have in case you need CPR before you start nursing school. Hopefully you don't, but just in case, you will be ready, and you learn everything about, compressions, how to do the breathing rate. You learn how to use an AED, so the shock pads and shocking a patient. And then at the very end, you take a test, and I actually did a vlog of my CPR experience, so learning how to do all that. If you want to check it out, I'll leave it in the iCards up there for you if you want to see kind of more like what's the process from a UTK nursing student. And if that wasn't all enough, every week they're going to upload to Canvas more assignments for you to complete. Most of them are filling out forms and signing things like, hey, I'm not going to breach patient confidentiality, or you sign something about being drug tested. There's a whole lot of forms that you have to fill out and get signatures from, so just be prepared for that. Also, I didn't mention that these are done pretty much in no particular order. You just have to meet the deadlines, which I definitely recommend trying to get these things done early, because like the physical, sometimes doctor's appointments, they can't always get you in for the next day. I had to wait about a week to get my appointment, and that is due July 13th for the health clearance and the immunization. So definitely try and plan early so you can get all these things done and uploaded, so Compleo will check them off. And I'll be doing a whole tour of the Canvas site of UTK Nursing. If you guys want to see that, let me know in the comments below, because I think that'd be really helpful. Let's talk about things that UTK Nursing provides you with free of charge, with that, of course, lovely admission fee of a nice $13,000. You kind of get what I'm saying. Nursing school is very pricey at UT. Anyways, so you will be getting a stethoscope, which is something I didn't know. I thought we kind of just had to get our own, but they do provide you with one. They also give you a pen light, and I'm not sure what else because I haven't gotten there yet. At nursing school orientation, that's when we'll get all the things, and I'll definitely be vlogging that day, so make sure you guys are subscribed to see all of that. And then another thing that UT does provide is 1 pair of scrubs for clinicals. 1 pair is definitely not going to be enough because you will be having clinicals twice a week. So I don't know what they're thinking, that you just need 1 pair. You don't need 1 pair. You need at least 2 in my opinion. So you will have to pay for that second pair of scrubs. The first one is free, but I think my scrubs were $30 if you get the women's, and then if you get the unisex scrubs, it's $27. On the Canvas website, they'll also provide you with a nursing school supplies list as well. Pretty sure there's around 5 things on there that you have to get, like plain white leather shoes for nursing school, which is just really, why do we have to do the white? Because, everything shows with white, but it is what it is. You also have to get compression socks, an analog clock watch thing, not an Apple Watch. UT unfortunately doesn't allow Apple Watches, so just be aware of that. Number 4, moving on to advising and scheduling. Something that absolutely shocked me was their advising protocol at the nursing college. Now, if you guys have been at UT for a year or 2, or you're kind of familiar with the advising setup, you know that every semester you'll have one-on-one advising with your designated advisor. Well, this changes in nursing school, which nobody told us, and after the advising date, I was like, why hasn't my advisor reached out to me to set up an appointment? And that's because they no longer do that anymore. Once you get into the second semester of sophomore year, you'll have group advising. So everybody will be in the nursing college. There's maybe 2 classes that have this separately, but you'll do it in a group setting and they'll just kind of explain the requirements of nursing school and what classes you're going to be taking. But there is kind of a reason behind that, which we'll get to in just a minute. Number 5, you don't sign up for classes until late May, which is very late. Normally you'll be scheduled for classes if you're a typical undergrad during the month of March, February, March, or maybe April. I was in the honors program, so I did get to do advising a little bit earlier, but at least by April you would be scheduled for classes. And after April rolled around, I was thinking, what on earth? Why am I not getting the notification to sign up for classes? Because they were open, and that's because you're going to be in nursing school. Let me just be honest with the whole nursing college experience. UTK nursing does everything last minute, everything is late, and it's because they have to do a lot more with scheduling, with clinicals and all that. But it is kind of frustrating, especially when you're a planner and you're like me and you want to know everything months in advance. Unfortunately, you won't get to know what your placements are and what your schedule looks like until probably the last bit of May. I got the notification to sign up for classes May 27th, 2021 for the fall semester in August, which starts on August 19th of 2021. From current juniors, I'd heard that you don't get to schedule classes for the spring semester until December, which brings me on to my next point about classes. You do not get to pick your classes at all. Since nursing is such a set curriculum and you have to take these classes, you don't get to choose when you take them or what times or anything like that. It is completely up to the College of Nursing, which is also really different because I'm sure as college students you're used to scheduling things like, hey, I don't want to have an 8 a.m. class, so I'm going to schedule all my classes on these specific days. For a couple of my semesters, I was able to take Fridays off, but now I am no longer going to be able to do that unless UT just decides not to schedule me on Fridays, which I'm sure they probably won't do that. Also, kind of going back with registration, the way you register is a little bit different. They'll send you CRNs, which are the class codes, and you'll type in the codes of the classes, and that's how you register. You don't search for the class or anything, and these codes are specific and unique to you. Going off of what I just said, even though I have registered for classes since it is currently July 3rd, 2021, I still don't know my full schedule. You're probably thinking, but you registered for classes, why don't you know your schedule? And that's because they haven't put in clinical schedules yet. And I'm going to talk about clinicals in a minute, but you don't know your full schedule until 2 weeks before classes start. So they said to expect some sort of email, just so you know. Pretty much everything through communication is done by email, so you do need to be checking your email all throughout the summer, maybe even daily, at least Monday through Friday, because UT Nursing will send you a ton of emails over the summer. So you can't plan on anything until after you get your full schedule, which I said is 2 weeks beforehand. So you won't know your clinical times or some of your lab times. I don't know, I think 2 of my 4 classes what times they'll be at, and that includes my clinical immersion 1. Another thing is you don't know the hospital you're assigned to until the 2 weeks beforehand. So I could be assigned at any of the, I think they have 8 locations. They have UT Medical Center, Blunt Memorial, Methodist, and Oak Ridge. You're at the pick of the university. Their clinical sites will be anywhere from 5 to 10 minutes up until 55 minutes away from UT. So just keep that in mind. Your commute could be an hour, maybe even more if you're living at home, from clinicals and everything like that. Some more information about clinicals is I thought that clinicals would be kind of every week throughout the whole program, and that is actually not true. You'll have clinicals half of the semester, and the other half of the semester you won't have clinicals. They have 2 blocks, Block A and Block B. I was assigned to Block B. You get that through an email by the College of Nursing, so check that email. But I was assigned to Block B, which means I'll have clinicals, I think the second part of the semester, but I'm definitely not sure. They could do it switched. I could have it the first part of the semester or the second part. I don't really know yet, but just so you know, clinicals are not going to last your whole semester, which is good because it kind of gives you a nice little break since clinicals are 2 days a week, at least for your junior year of nursing school. Last but not least, let's talk about nursing school orientation. Something I didn't know is you'll have orientation not your first day of school, but 2 days prior to that. Nursing school orientation is August 17th, and then that's for juniors, and then for seniors it is August 18th. So the day before for seniors and 2 days before for juniors, which means you have to be on the campus of Knoxville 2 days before school starts to be at orientation. And this orientation is mandatory. If you don't go to it, I don't think you're going to be allowed to start nursing school, so it's pretty important. And it's, from what I heard, an all-day thing, or pretty much an all-day thing. They provide you with lunch, and they will send out a Google form of what you want to eat in case you have allergies or anything like that. They do have multiple options. I chose some sort of sandwich and chips and a cookie. So that's some information about orientation. You will have to be there on campus a couple days early. Anyways, guys, that is all the information that UTK Nursing didn't tell me that I thought would be helpful to share with you guys and put it on the internet. Let me know if you guys have any comments or questions. Be sure to subscribe to my channel, and I will see you guys later. Bye!